what Lincoln does as well?
All the quarterbacks. We take tips from each other. We take what if they made a mistake, how can we not make that mistake in the future? And when I make mistakes, the other quarterbacks take tips from it too.
How's the vocal leadership for you coming along from where you maybe were in the spring?
Yeah, I feel like I'm developing in that area. In the weight room, Coach Mick, we've been focusing on that, trying to improve in the vocal leadership and just as a team, growing our leaders.
Do you have to almost force yourself to do that, or is that something that's comfortable for you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm developing in that role and kind of getting in a more comfortable role in that.
Can you spit up the mic on this?
Yeah.
What kind of day did you have today, Julian, in your estimation?
Yeah, I feel like I had some good plays out there, and then there's stuff to clean up. We're going to get back in there and watch the tape, and see what we got to clean up, and then correct it and move on tomorrow.
How eager are you to know the answer to the question that everybody's been asking for 7 months now? Who's the starting quarterback for Ohio State?
Yeah, we're just taking it one day at a time. We have a close room here, and I focus on how I played today, and then just improving. And how we're going to go practice tomorrow, and just getting my mindset ready for practice tomorrow.
Coach Day was talking about when he had gone through quarterback competitions as a player and kind of hating the guy at first, but then getting really close to him and kind of going through that competition. What's kind of your relationship been like with Lincoln as you guys have entered this competition?
Yeah, I think in the spring we only had 3 guys here in the room. Me, Tavian, and Lincoln. So we were very close as a group, and that's just grown this over the summer, and then with this camp. We're a very close room, and Coach Fessler leads that. So it's a very close room, and we compete every day, but we have each other's backs for sure.
Julian, what do you feel like are the biggest places in which you've grown from where you were this spring to where you are right now?
Yeah, I feel like just developing in my footwork and in my accuracy, my mechanics, and then just developing as a leader is what I wanted to grow, and I feel like I've done some of that this summer.
Do you feel like you get more comfortable out there every day?
Yeah, definitely. It's just all about building confidence. You make a great play, you start to build that confidence. So it's definitely important.
How much are you on social media? Do you pay attention to what's being said?
Oh, I don't really go on social media. In camp, we're just it's all about ball. I text with my close friends and family. Just out here with my teammates and bonding, and it's all about ball.
Have you gotten to know Arch Manning? Do you know him?
I don't know him. I know he's a great player, and I've seen him play over the years, but I don't know him personally.
And you personally, what do you think you will show people if in fact you get this job that's different, about what you bring to the program, so to speak?
Yeah, I'm just focusing on improving and developing myself, and being ready if my number is called.
You mentioned sort of like in the spring you was a small quarterback room, so you and Lincoln got close. I don't know if you guys do anything to bond or anything together like often?
Yeah, we do quarterback stuff. We go over to Coach Fessler's house and hang out. And it's a very tight room, and we hang out off the field and do a lot of stuff together. So it's good.
Any sort of like hobbies together, or just what do you do in the gym?
Yeah, we this summer I know we had all the quarterbacks. We were playing pig at Coach Fessler's house, and it was fun.
Coach Day talked about man in the huddle as one of the things he's looking for. How aware are you when you're in the huddle? How aware are you of that, and how do you feel like you developed that and kind of stepping up this role after?
Yeah, I feel like I'm developing to that role, and it's I'm trying to improve it in every day this camp, and I feel like I'm just still trying to improve in that area, and I feel like I've done a good job.
Is vocal leadership something that comes natural to you, like having that command, or is it something that you do have to especially work on?
Yeah, I feel like I'm developing it, but I feel like it has to be authentic. You can't be someone that you're not. So there's definitely different styles of leadership, but I feel like I'm developing that vocal leadership role.
Julian, as part of your leadership, it's earning trust with your teammates. How have you continued to build that chemistry and earn that trust with the guys?
Yeah, I think earning trust is just all about consistency. Who are you day in and day out, and are you making the routine plays routinely, and are you someone who the offense can count on and who your teammates can count on consistently?
And you talked about how close you are with Lincoln, but it's a competition. How do you approach that competition going against your close friend?
Yeah, we're competing every day, but we have each other's backs, and it's a very close room, like I said before, and we have a great room, and it's all about the strength of our room, and if we can all be at our best.
We saw you throwing with some of the guys in the summer in California. Kind of, what was the process like? Who came up with that idea, and how beneficial was that?
Yeah, some of the guys, they just ended up coming out, and we were able to get routes in, over our little break after spring ball, and it was good to just work on that chemistry.
Was that your idea to have them come out?
I think they just ended up coming out on their own, and we connected up there.
What's the area that you're most focused on right now personally, or that the coaches have talked to you about growing in over the next couple weeks of camp?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just focusing on developing and my execution of the offense, and commanding that huddle and improving in that leadership role.
Julian, how hard is it to maintain that day-to-day focus and not try to think, am I ahead, am I behind, am I this, am I that? How hard is it to just stay focused on the process?
I feel like it's just being where your feet are. I'm excited to be out there practicing every day. I get to play get to play the game I love, and just be out there and be with my teammates and having fun. And we watch the tape, we correct it, and just move on to the next day. But really, it's just playing the game I grew up playing and playing the game I love with my teammates.
How did you at National Championship Media Day? You said you want to improve at everything. You said you really were focused on getting stronger during the summer, spring and summer. How do you think that went?
Yeah, I definitely put on a couple pounds with Coach Mick in the weight room, and I think I've definitely gotten stronger this summer and this winter.
What are you up to now, Jude?
I'm at 210 now.
And you're what? Everybody keeps thinking you're 5'5". You're taller.
No, I'm 6'1".
Yeah,
6'1".
You said when it comes to vocal leadership, it's about being authentic and true to who you are. So who are you as a leader? Like, are you the kind to encourage guys? Are you the kind to ride guys? Like, what is your authentic leadership style?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's different. So there's some guys that you got to get on and you got to be very vocal with them and kind of get in them a little bit. And there's some guys that you just lay off. They're gonna come back and make the next play. So it's different with everybody. I feel like.
Julian, two more questions. You talked to Will Howard at all?
I haven't talked to Will recently, no. But when spring ball, he was out here and we got connected. He's obviously very, very close with our room and Coach Fessler, so I love Will.
Julian, when you're away from football, what's something that you use to kind of get your mind away from this competition and help? Like, what are some hobbies or things that you do to not focus on?
Yeah,
pressure?
when I'm in California, I love going to the beach, hanging out with friends, and just being with friends, being with family, and spending time with them.
Julian, how have you seen Brandon Innes step up as he's kind of prepared to take on a bigger role this year?
Yeah, Brandon Innes brings a lot of energy, vocal guy for the offense, and he's definitely done a great job this far this camp, and he's a great player and he's a very good receiver.
All right, Julian.
When y'all got together in